What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another player prop video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Thank y'all for joining me as always. And Thursday Night Football was another banger at Props Made Easy. Swept over on Prizepicks for me personally. It was a fantastic night, man. So looking to continue that going. We have some Friday college football games on tonight. We have some college football tomorrow, and then we've got the main slate for Week 4 NFL. So we're going to go over all the best plays. If you're interested in the DFS optimal stuff, the Daily Fantasy Sports lineup video will be dropping tonight. I will be recording that tonight, and that will be dropping later on, okay? So if you're interested in the DFS lineups and stuff for DraftKings and FanDuel, you will be able to find that on my channel later on. If you're interested in getting that package for this weekend, you can go over to greenlightdfs.com to get that. Anyway, we're at propsmadeeasy.com, only $20 a month for these tools that you see on the screen right now. What these tools do is they compare all of the sportsbooks in the entire industry, put them into one consensus line to give you the most accurate representation of overall where Vegas is on a line. And then we also have player stat projections that we show players where the player stat projection and the Vegas consensus are on the same side of the line. That way you can have even more, boxes checked when it comes to entering these things. I mean, there's so much research put into every single one of these plays, and all you have to do is, you know, open up Props Made Easy to see the pick immediately without even having to do all that research that it takes to get it. So it really helps you to catch all the bumps. As I've told y'all, you can test the accuracy of Props Made Easy by just seeing with the line movement by the end of the week compared to where Props Made Easy has these lines early on. They always beat the bumps, and it's an amazing tool. All right, for NFL, let's look at what we got here. We got Geno Smith. Lines at 245.5 passing yards on Prizepicks. We like the under at a 3.78 sportsbook differential. Other sportsbooks are at 241.7 on him. Player projections at 236.4. So not only do you have the minus 3.78 sportsbook differential when you compare the line on Prizepicks to the other sports books, but you have the minus 9.1 projection differential as well. So the data is heavily signaling under on Geno Smith in this matchup this week. CJ Stroud under 266.5 is a minus 3.74. Sportsbook lines are at 262.7 when you average all of them together on him. Player projections 265.9. So player projections a little bit higher than the sportsbooks are, but still nonetheless it is on the under, and that makes CJ Stroud a good under call. Jaden Daniels under 216.5 passing yards at a minus 3.33 sportsbook differential. Other sportsbooks have this at a 213.17. Player projections at 212.3, so almost the same there, a minus 4.2 projection differential. So definitely like the under on Jaden Daniels passing yards. Josh Allen, what you're noticing here, some of the best value on the board are unders. Why is that? Because everybody bets overs on everything. Like, the best value on a regular basis is going to be unders because most people bet the overs. You feel what I'm saying? So then once all the overs are bet, you can grab these amazing undercalls. These lines are boosted up on purpose. They know people like to bet the overs the most, whereas behind the scenes, the unders are the best calls. Okay? On a lot of the time. I mean, sportsbooks know that everyone loves to play overs. People don't like to play the unders consistently. It just is what it is. It's known. It's something that the regular player just does. So they know that. So the best value a lot of times you can catch on these unders. Josh Allen, under 271.5 passing plus rushing yards at a minus 2.55 sportsbook differential. Other sportsbook lines are at 268.9 on his passing plus rushing. The player projection is almost identical, 268.8. It's literally a point something difference. So both of them are on the under here on Josh Allen. Definitely love that under spot for him against that good Baltimore defense. Caleb Williams, under 251.5 passing plus rushing yards at a minus 2.36. Other sportsbooks are at 249.14 on him. Player projections at 243.7, a minus 7.8. So like the under on Caleb. We have our first over. Ramondre Stevenson, over 71.5 rushing plus receiving yards at a 2.3 sportsbook differential. Sportsbook lines at 73.8 on average. Player projections at 75.2, a 3.7 projection differential. Now, San Francisco obviously is a solid team, right? I mean, but they're missing some guys, and this game may stay a little bit more competitive than you would think that they would. Ramondre Stevenson also gets heavily involved in the pass game, as well as being heavily involved in the running game. So this dude just gets so many opportunities. I think 71.5 is too low. Regardless of the matchup against that tough San Francisco defense, I think that no matter how this script goes, Stevenson's going to benefit. Plain and simple. So over on that line's a little low. Andy Dalton under 235.5 passing plus rushing yards at a minus 2.27. Other sportsbooks on average have this at 233.2. We have his player projection at 226 on minus 9.5. So definitely like the under on Andy Dalton's spot. Lamar Jackson's over 202.5 passing yards at 2.19 sportsbook differential. Other sportsbooks are at 204.6. Player projection at 212.1, a 9.6 projection differential. All right, so I expect Lamar Jackson to have to air this thing out against Buffalo. Definitely like that spot. Rashad White over 36.5 rushing yards at a 2.14 sportsbook differential. Other sportsbooks are at 38.6 on average on him, and player projections 40.1. So another great spot there. So plenty of good spots for NFL this week. Let's look at all sportsbooks and see overall where the best value is. We've got Sleeper at the top of the list with a minus 8.56 sportsbook differential for the under on Joe Burrow at 266.5. James Conner under 79.5 over on Fliff at a minus 7.65. Gardner Minshew under 215.5 passing yards at a minus 7.33. Justin Fields over 175.5 on Better at a 7.31. So you've got a ton of options in NFL this week, man. And make sure, as I always reiterate to y'all, make sure y'all have multiple different sportsbook accounts. Whatever you can play in your city, make sure you're taking the best value regardless of where it is. You don't have to force anything on one specific sportsbook. For college football, no particular date. I'm just going to talk overall, and then I'll type in 27 and see what the best options are for today's game. Cade Klubnik over 251.5 is at a 4.83 sportsbook differential on the over. Other sportsbooks have this at 256.3, so grab the value on the over. It's too low on Prizepicks at 251. Eli Pancol under 38.5 receiving yards at a minus 4.73. Other sportsbooks are at 33.7 on this line. Alan Bowman under 268.5 passing yards at a minus 3.92. Other sportsbooks are at 264. Dylan Gabriel under 293.5 passing yards at a minus 3.62. Other sportsbooks are at 289.8. Take advantage of all of the data and all the resources that these sportsbooks put into setting their lines. Take full advantage of that. That's all we're doing. We're using all of the resources that they put into their things. We're taking every single sportsbook's resources and time and data that they're putting into setting their lines, and we're using it against these fantasy tools. Plain and simple. Jackson Dart under 300.5 passing yards at a minus 3.42. So many 3 or more differentials as of right now. Let's type in 27 so we could talk about just today's games alone. The best values on tonight's games is Kyle Monagai. Not if I'm saying that name right, but Kyle under 101.5 rushing yards at a minus 2.29. Other sportsbooks are at 99.2 on him, so grab the under there. Samuel Brown over 37.5 receiving yards at a 2.04. Other sportsbooks are at 39.5 on him. Tootin under 72.5 rushing yards at a minus 1.88. Other sportsbooks are at 70.6. Dymere Miller under 44.5 receiving yards at a minus 1.77. Sportsbook line of 42.73. And again, let me reiterate something as well, because I get DMs all the time from people who utilize Props Made Easier, and they're like, man, I have to hit you up and tell you that you are completely right at just taking the top picks. I was overthinking things. I was doing too much on my side that was affecting what plays I was taking, and I wasn't taking the top picks, and I was overthinking things. I started taking the top picks, and I'm starting to get this thing together. Yeah, it's as simple as just taking the top picks, because the players at the top are there for a reason. They have the most data and the most chance to hit. Why take a smaller sportsbook differential play when there's a less chance to hit on that player? Take the top plays. They're at the top already on each sport. Okay, the only people not having success, as I've told y'all a million times, the only people who aren't having a ton of success, which most are the people who overthink and just don't take the top plays at Props Made Easy. It's really that simple. I think that people just don't realize that shit's that simple these days. It's just not hard anymore. You've got people creating tools like Props Made Easy that are just fantastic. Taking a look at MLB, I will say MLB Prizepicks for MLB is getting some updates done to it right now. So as you can see, it's a limited amount of players. So I'm not going to talk specifically on Prizepicks right now. It's getting an update done though, and the regular plays will be there shortly. Okay, but for MLB, we're going to look all sports books. Adam Aller over 5.5 hits allowed is 54.71% chance to hit on DraftKings Pick 6. Consensus odds of minus 148. It gets as high as minus 155 on this over and a projection of 5.56. So really like the spot on Adam Oller. Same on Hot Streak. He's available on Sleeper, Fliff, Parlay Play, all those. Santiago Espinal under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs on DraftKings Pick 6 at 53.62. Espinal over on Hot Streak at a 53.62 as well. That same line. Nathan Lukes over 0.5 singles on Hot Streak. 53.51 chance to hit, so plenty of good options on MLB as well. Moving on to MLB first inning, there's no prize picks available for there right now. Nothing for fantasy. WNBA, it's very, 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 very tight lines here. There's really nothing available at the moment, so we're just going to skip WNBA right now. MMA. Again, Prize Picks is undergoing updates for a few of these, so some of these won't have Prize Picks. But Kevin Jousted over on Underdog, under 69.5 significant strikes is a -5. Brito over 33.5 significant strikes is a 4.25. So great spot on Underdog. A lot of good value. Look at that. A lot of good value over on Underdog for MMA right now. Nothing for tennis. For soccer, we have Dominic over 47.5 passing attempts at a 2 sportsbook differential on the over there. Manuel Akanji under 75.5 passing attempts at a -2 there. Those are going to be your absolute best options. Nothing for Call of Duty. For League of Legends, we have Guy plus Katie plus Nanao. I don't know how to say that name. Under 19.5 first 2 map kills combo at a -1. Katie plus Shogun under 17 first 2 map kills at a -1. Some decent options, but you guys know me on esports. I like 1.5 or higher. Perks under 15.5 first 2 map headshots at a -1.5 would be the only option I go with over on CS2 at the moment, just because it's only -1.5 or higher. All right. Thank y'all for joining me as always. And like I said, MLB will be up as soon as it can for Prize Picks. And it'll be over on MMA as well. Thank y'all for joining me as always, baby. Let's keep getting this money. Remember, don't overthink things. Let the player prop tool do what it does. All right, play two-man pairings, mix and match. If you're trying to force a 6-man every single time, I mean, yeah, you're not going to hit 6-mans every single day. If you're doing nothing but playing 6-mans every day, yeah, the point of 6-mans is you're going to lose most of the time, but you're also going to win mixed in there, and you might be able to, somewhat get your money back. But if you're relying just on that, then you shouldn't. Mix and match 2-mans, take the top value plays, and you'll see success. Plain and simple. It's only $20 a month to use the tools at Props Made Easy. Appreciate y'all watching me as always, and I'm out. Peace.